People are really enjoying the InCharge X even without making reservations. This new 100-watt charging capability using USB-C is a pleasant upgrade. Some folks have already expressed concerns about the Lightning micro USB connector combo, but this was only an issue with the InCharge X and it turned out fine. The InCharge X is like a handy Swiss Army knife of cables, replacing multiple cables with just one. It's also quite affordable at $29.99 and can be easily attached to a keyring or kept in a pocket. When it comes to cables, you may think that small and compact don't really go together. After all, a cable is supposed to connect things at a distance, but times are changing and so are our needs. Nowadays, we can find ourselves short on desk space, and our busy on-the-go lifestyle means we need things that are portable and easy to carry around. That's where a small cable comes in handy. When you're out and about, the last thing you want to forget is your data cable. It's a real inconvenience. Have you ever found yourself scrambling to find the right cable when you need to charge your devices? We know the struggle, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Rolling Square's InCharge X was a game changer for us with a compact size and ability to adapt to different connectors. Now we're excited to introduce you to the InCharge X, which takes things to the next level. Even though it has a name like X, which sounds serious, it's actually just a keychain cable coming with multiple connectors. We can't wait to dive in and show you what the InCharge X apart from its predecessor and is set apart, the InCharge X. When it comes to USB cables, there are all kinds of fancy designs out there, from ones that light up to ones that look like they're from a sci-fi movie. But the Rolling Square InCharge X takes a more understated approach with a simple black and white braided cable. The metal housings on both ends are also blacked out with just a small InCharge logo on the side. It has a sleek and minimalistic design that fits with any style. One of the coolest things about the InCharge X's design is the lime green inside of the connectors, giving off a fun and sporty vibe that we really like. Although you might not be able to see it all the time since the connectors are often hidden, the black cap that comes with it also keeps the design low key. It's not like you're trying to show off your cable as a fashion statement or anything. The durability of a cable is crucial, and Rolling Square's InCharge X does not disappoint. We previously tested the InCharge X and found that the metal end was prone to scratches, but the InCharge X holds up more than its predecessor. While there are still a few scratches on the corners and edges, they are not nearly as noticeable as they were on the InCharge X. The TPU-bolstered aramid fiber cable is holding up well with no fraying or looseness when it meets the metal housing. The joint in between the cable and the connector is often a weak point for many cables, but the InCharge X's braided nylon is standing strong. If you're looking to add a pop of color to your cable game, Rolling Square's got you covered. The InCharge X comes in 3 different colors: the sporty sapphire blue with a cool gray and blue design, the flashy marble beige with a gold metal housing, and the classic lava black with a sleek black and white braided cable. At the moment, all 3 colors are available for purchase, so if you're looking for something bolder, more subdued, there's an InCharge X for everyone. Using the InCharge X is a breeze, and one of the biggest selling points is how easily it attaches to a keyring. All you need to do is unclasp the magnets, loop the cable through, and snap the metal housings back together. The magnets are impressively strong and click into place with a satisfying sound. We love how the design incorporates an indented and raised magnet, ensuring that the metal housings won't slide around and accidentally detach the cable. It's a small detail, but it shows that Rolling Square put a lot of thought into the product's usability. Of course, if you want to keep your InCharge X completely protected, you can always use the included cap, but we personally found it to be a hassle. It's not attached to the cable, so it's just another thing to keep track of and take on and off every time you use it. In our experience, it isn't really necessary anyway. We never used a cap with our InCharge X and it held up just fine, so we did the same with the InCharge X. It's a minor inconvenience, but overall, it's still a really convenient device. It's worth noting that the ease of attaching the InCharge X to your keyring may depend on where you plan to attach it. The metal housing is already relatively long, so it might be a bit tricky to attach it to a small keyring, especially if it's already loaded up with other things. But for someone who values the utility of the InCharge X more than the convenience, a bit of trickiness is a small price to pay. The InCharge X is a handy little cable coming with multiple connector options. At its core, it's a USB-C to USB-C cable, but it also has adapters for Lightning and micro USB blend connectors on one end, and a USB-A connector on the other. This means you can mix and match the connectors in 6 different ways, making it compatible with almost all Android, iOS and iPad, Chrome OS, and Windows devices. It's a great solution if you just want one cable for all of your devices. The InCharge X has a significant advantage over the InCharge X as its base connection is USB-C to USB-C, still allowing for 100-watt charging. We don't claim to be USB experts, but keep in mind that you'll need a compatible device and charger to enjoy the fast charging features like USB power delivery and quick charge. One thing we also found really cool in the InCharge X is the ability to charge phone to phone. We've all been in a situation where our phone is fully charged, but our friend's phone is running low on battery, and the InCharge X allows you to support it through the USB-C port, so you can charge another device on the other end. All you need is a short cable to connect the 2 devices, and voila! No need to worry about your friend's phone dying on you. The InCharge X cable is a compact one measuring only 2.8 inches long. While it's not the longest cable out there, it does still have its uses. It works great for connecting your phone or your computer on a desk with limited space. It's also handy if the USB port on your computer is positioned close to a surface where you can rest the connecting devices, but there are still some situations where it may be a bit finicky. For instance, when charging your laptop through a wall outlet, it's technically possible but not very convenient. We've also noticed this when using our MacBooks on elevated stands or cooling pads in the office. The short length of the cable makes the device hang off awkwardly. Here's a handy tip from the InCharge X that works just as well with the InCharge X. When you're not using the adapters, make sure to keep them facing up so they don't get in the way. And don't worry about getting the cable orientation wrong because USB-C is reversible. When it comes to transferring files, we didn't notice any major speed improvements over our regular Lightning cables when we were moving photos between our MacBook Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. The InCharge X is rated for speeds up to 480 megabits per second or 60 megabytes per second, which is actually the standard for USB 2.0. It's great news for people who need USB 3.2 Gen 1 speeds, but for most casual users who want a reliable cable with them at all times, the InCharge X will get the job done. When we first got our hands on the InCharge X, we realized how convenient it was to have a data cable with us at all times, in those moments where you don't have one that make you really wish you were more prepared. The good news is that all the things we loved about the InCharge X do also apply to the InCharge X, with the added benefit of faster charging speeds and increased scratch resistance. Of course, the short length of the cable may have been an issue in certain situations, but we think the convenience it provides more than makes up for it. In this video, we'll take a look at the InCharge X, a compact and versatile charging cable from Rolling Square. One of the unique features of the InCharge X is the ability to charge phone to phone, which comes in handy when a friend's phone is running out of battery. With 6 possible combinations of connectors, the InCharge X is compatible with most Android, iOS, iPad, Chrome OS, and Windows devices. One thing to keep in mind is the metallic housings are relatively long, which can be a bit finicky if you have a small keyring or a crowded one. Additionally, the short length of the cable can be inconvenient for some use cases, like charging a laptop through a wall outlet, but we found that the InCharge X does great when connecting your smartphone to a computer or desk with limited table space, and it works well when the USB port in your computer is located near a surface where you can rest your connecting device. Overall, the InCharge X is a handy and convenient charging cable to have with you at all times, especially if you're looking for something more compact and versatile. Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section down below and follow us for more updates. Thanks for watching!